Varsity. From the moment it all began, turning through a rich history, following in the footsteps of those who came before you, recognising you aren't the first ones to wear the jersey and won't be the last. Being part of something that's bigger than yourself, that means more than what happens on the field. It's about reaching new heights, having confidence in your team and immersing yourself in the atmosphere, breaking barriers, standing together. The roar of the crowd that carries you forward, cheering you on every step of the way. It all comes down to this moment, cheese versus sauce. The foundations are laid, now build your legacy.
It's time to own your moment.
Good afternoon and welcome to Newlands Park, home of Cheltenham Tigers, where we are here for the men's varsity fixture between University of Gloucestershire and University of Worcester. Alongside me, Sam, how do we think this game's going to go this afternoon?
Yeah, it's going to be another tough fixture. Similar to the women's game, I think it'll be very tight. I think it'll be down to the last sort of few minutes to decide a winner, and we'll be hoping it goes the way of Gloucester.
You were obviously there for the women's game. Can you just give an insight to anyone who didn't manage to catch that? What was involved throughout that match?
Yeah, it ended 29-14 to Worcester, but it was very tight up until the end. Worcester went straight out of the gates and scored a try early on in the first half, and towards the end of that first half, Gloucester managed to peg them back and score a try themselves to go into the half 7-7. And then at the start of the second half, Worcester came out of the gates again and scored another early try to make it 14-7. But this time, Gloucester responded back straight away with a clever little try to make it 14-14. And up until about the 80th minute, it was all even Stevens. But in the last 10 minutes, Worcester really dominated and showed their worth and managed to get the win.
So it sounds like it was quite a good game. It was a really good game, I'm guessing. Then.
Yeah, really good game, and both teams really showed. Both teams really showed their university proud and showed their university proud. Really.
But University of Worcester, they must have come out of the blocks. Looks good side, you know. Like we're going to see in this game. Obviously, last year this game was a very tight fixture. The result ended Glos 15, Worcester 17. It went right down to the wire. How do we think this one's going to go?
Yeah, I think it'll be a tight game. Obviously, both teams warming up. It looks like both teams are really putting their all into this training for the warm-up. Both teams will want to put on a performance and really get that win for their side.
Yeah, as you can see, we can see some close-ups of the Gloucester players warming up. Who are we looking at? We're looking at Dan Page, Harry Papworth in there. We've also got some players who are making their third varsity appearance, including Dan Page, Josh Halfman-Smith as well, Lewis Vinicum, Harry Papworth, and also number 8, Iman Hussein. Just on a side note, Ada Hessian, who has played all 3 games varsity in his career, he is currently now the backs coach. What do you think of that, Sam?
Yeah, obviously he'll have that experience. He'll be able to he'll have played a few varsities. He'll know how the game is going to go, and he'll be able to give that experience and the wisdom to those Gloucestershire players.
I just want to look at the Worcester players as we can see on the screen now. Look at their number 8, Ellis Jenkins, 10 tries this season in the league. Is he a player that we need to look out for? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I think any player that scored a good number of tries, you're always going to be wary of. I'm sure the Worcester players will be looking at Dan Page for Gloucester similarly. it will definitely be one to watch out for, and one that Gloucester will, I'm sure, be given the game plan to mark.
He actually did score as well in last year's fixture, Ellis Jenkins, in the 17-15 victory. Another player for Worcester we need to keep a close eye on, their fullback, Charlie Price. He has scored 3 tries in the league this season, 28 conversions, 5 penalty goals. He looks like a decent player, Sam.
Yeah, those are some very good stats, and another player that I'm sure that the head coach for Gloucester will have told these players to watch out for, to sort of go, yeah, he's one of their main men alongside Ellis Jenkins.
Just look at their league campaigns, like we said. Gloucester came 3rd in Western Tier 3, 7 wins, 3 losses. Their biggest win, 74-28 against Marjon Wands, last game of the season. It's not a bad way to lead up into this fixture, is it? Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely how you want to end a season, especially going into varsity. You want to end on a high, you want to end on a win, and hopefully they'll be able to, hopefully for themselves, they'll be able to get another win here for varsity to end the season on an even better note.
Yeah. Just looking at Worcester quickly before the players go in, just making their last minute. 2nd in Midlands Tier 2, Worcester. What do we think of that? 6 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, and their best win, 83-0 against Warwick 2s.
Yeah, I mean, again, another strong win. It shows that they can score a lot of tries, they can dominate a game. Like you said, they came 2nd in Midlands Tier 2, so both teams did very well in the league. Both teams got a lot of wins and some big wins. So I think, it only shows how good a game this is going to be, how tight it could be. Both teams will both be giving it their all to try and win this varsity fixture.
Yeah, and obviously we've got a couple of first years as well making their first varsity appearance. What do you think the more senior players, the likes of Dan Page, Jack Tozer, what are they going to be saying right now as we see the players heading into the changing rooms? What are those senior players going to be saying to the freshers?
They're going to be saying, give it your all. Don't let anything out. Don't leave anything off the pitch. You want to give your all. You don't want to have finished this game and not felt that you've not given 1,000%. For those first years, they're going to want to make a good impression, a good start. They're going to want to get a first varsity win under their belt and hope that they can repeat that over in their 2nd and 3rd year.
Yeah, so just a couple there. Sam Bruton, Matt Sleep, 2 of a few who are making their debuts this afternoon. We've also got a couple of players to look out for. Obviously, we've already talked about Ethan Johnson. We've also got Jack Tozer. Now let's have a quick word about Jack Tozer before the players do come out. He was injured last year. He played his first year. Last year he was injured on the sidelines. If you watched the stream last year, he did have an interview at half time. What's he going to be feeling this year, knowing that he's had a year out, he plays this year, and he's the captain?
Yeah, I mean, captain of the side, 3rd year, he's going to really be giving it all. I'm sure you're going to see him put in a stellar performance, because if you've missed out on last year's varsity fixture, you're now the captain and you're in your final year. There's no doubt that he's going to be leaving everything out on this pitch to make sure that he gets Gloucester the win.
Obviously, it was a difficult fixture last year for Gloucester. They left everything out on the pitch. What do you think, up here in the gantry, what do you think Gloucester need to do to secure the victory? What's important?
Making sure they're not giving away silly penalties, making sure that they get good tackles in, making sure that they get their man down. They get them down quickly. They're not letting them sort of gain any more yardage than they need to, just putting their all into this.
Yeah, I think a fast start as well is probably definitely important. We see in most rugby games these days, even at the top level, the better you start, the quicker you start, the more tries you score early on. It gets the players comfortable. And obviously, with a sold-out crowd like this, what are the freshers, not just the freshers, but all the players going to be feeling on the pitch for probably their biggest game of the season?
Yeah, I think both teams will feel thankful to have members of the crowd cheering them on. You've got a good amount of Worcester fans that have travelled down the M5 for this fixture, and likewise you've got a very, very good amount of Gloucestershire university students who have come down to witness their team play on home turf.
There is a slight wind here at Newlands Park, but hopefully it doesn't pay too much as it did last year. I've just got one player also to look out for UOG, the left winger Harry Leftwich. Scored 3 tries, but he's also been a bit of a kicker, so could we see him kicking today? Could we see him scoring today, Sam?
Yeah, you never know. It could be either. And yeah, he'll be starting on that left wing, and yeah, hoping that he can get hit, that the team can give him some space so that he can run down that left wing and really make a nuisance for the Worcester backs.
As we said, obviously we were talking before this game, the women struggled in the scrum. Do you think the men have looked at that and been, that's where we've got to, improve our game so we come out on top when they come to being in the scrums?
I'm not sure. I don't think they'll have paid much attention to the women's game. I think they'll have focused on their own game. I think they'll know what they need to do. I think they'll have looked at the weaknesses they've had in their season and looked where to improve. They'll have looked at Worcester's games and what Worcester have done well this season, where their strengths and where their weaknesses are, and I'm sure Gloucester will be focused on their own game.
Well, Sam, it's we're closing in, aren't we? We're only a couple of minutes away now, 4 minutes to be exact from kick-off, and the atmosphere is beginning to build as we await the players onto the pitch. Just a quick update on the varsity scores. It is currently 9-4 to Worcester. That women's rugby victory for Gloucester takes them now 1 away from securing the varsity title this year. So this is a massive game, Sam, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's crucial for both teams. If Worcester win this, obviously they're the overall winners. They'll be reeling for joy if they do win this, but likewise for Gloucester, they'll be wanting to keep their team in it to see if they can bring it to an even score.
Yeah, we as Gloucester, we could do with it getting to 9-5 and just making it a little bit more interesting, but who knows what we're going to get. We're awaiting the players, not long till kick-off. You can see the crowd building the atmosphere behind that goal. It's looking alive, isn't it? It's looking electric over there.
I was going to say the Gloucester fans are on each other's shoulders, bouncing up and down to the music, and they've got a lot of signs up. They seem ready to cheer their home team on. The
DJ's definitely doing a good job, isn't he? The DJ's getting these fans warmed up, and for such a big game like this, I think you only have to, don't you?
Yeah, and the weather certainly helps. With the sun being out today, it will certainly help to boost the morale of not only the team but the fans as well on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly. We're always getting great weather on Gloucester Rugby Varsity Day. Obviously, the football at Bishop's Cleeve wasn't amazing. It was all right for the men's football, but for some reason, every time Varsity Rugby rolls over, the weather is brilliant. What do you think they're saying right now in the changing rooms? Obviously, they might be in the tunnel. We don't know yet. But what do you think is the final message from the captains, both sides?
I think both captains will just be saying to give it your all. Just don't tire. Don't leave anything out on the pitch. That just give it your all. This is the fixture of the year. No matter how a season's gone. Obviously, both teams have done fairly well this season, finishing second and third, respectively, but no matter how your season's gone, you want to leave it out, especially on varsity, and both teams will be wanting to win here.
Yeah, this must be a huge fixture for Jack Tozer. Played in his first year, injured in his second, now in his final year. What would it mean to him just to, pick up the win, go out in style? It must be, the pressure must be horrible, but it must be such an incredible experience for him.
Yeah, I think for sure he'll be wanting to get this win to be able to leave his university career on a high with a win under his belt. But likewise for Worcester, I'm sure they'll have some third years that will be wanting to go out on a high as well and get the win under under their belt.
Yeah, we're just awaiting the players. The clock has ticked over 4 o'clock. So any second now the PA will announce the teams and the players will be out onto the field of play.
What do you think the game plan for Worcester and for UOG will be out of the gates? What do you think they'll be?
I think for UOG, obviously, they must have looked at last year's. They must have seen, I mean, the amount of drops they had and knock-ons they conceded within the 5 metre line was crazy last year. They could have picked up so many scores, but if they've watched that back, practiced their attack, I feel like we'll be in for a good game this afternoon. I feel like it'll be high scoring, fingers crossed, but it's all on the pressure, isn't it? It's such a huge game, like you said, for both teams. Yeah, the nerves are going to be there, but you just want to get out there and play now. You don't want to be waiting. You want to be out on the field, taking your position, ready to kick off and ready to get in the zone and play. Because it doesn't help, no matter what sport you play. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in that tunnel or standing in that tunnel waiting to come out. Your nerves are going to be jangling. So, yeah, we'll have to see how both teams start off.
Yeah, it does feel as if the pressure is building up now as we head towards kickoff. It's tensions high. Both teams wanting a win here. Both teams dying for it.
Here we go.
Rugby game, Worcester University versus Gloucestershire University. We are going to start by introducing Worcester's team, led by captain Charlie Price. Noah Reeves, Will Wheatley, Dimitri Constantinides, George Wheatley, Josh Ballard, Cole Doyle, Charlie Morgan, Ellis Jenkins, Will Hannon, Liam Humphreys, Luke Chambers, James Kingsbury, Hugo Denman, Ben Woodcock, Liam Andrews, Enzo Forte, Kian Herbert, Josh Conchi, Ollie Davis, Ethan O'Loughlin, Thomas Rogers. It's time to welcome our away team, Worcester University.
Here they come then, Sam. Worcester players, how are they going to be feeling?
They're going to be excited. They're going to be ready to go. Here they come.
Let out.
Running onto the pitch. The Worcester fans are cheering them on.
And led out by captain Charlie Price, who knows how to score and knows where the posts are. Yeah, it's a very good turnout from the Worcester end, isn't it?
Yeah, more fans than I was expecting. But they're here to cheer their team on. They're here to drive them towards victory.
And it looks a very big pack for Worcester as well. It's going to be a tricky fight for Gloucester, but I'm sure they're going to be up for it. It's going to be a brilliant game.
And it looks as if the women's rugby team are cheering them on as well.
Will Staveley, Logan Excel, Ewan Burr, Sam Bruton, Josh Stockwell, Jack Tozer, Iman Hussein, Kean Healy, Ethan Johnson, Harry Lethwich, Harry Papworth, Ollie Thompson, George Groves, Nico Allen, Archie Solers, Josh Halfman-Smith, Lewis Vinicum, Matt Sleep, Liam Ray, Tom Parks-Lewis, Cameron Wilson. Let's make some noise for Team Gloss!
Here they come then, Sam. Here come Gloucester, wanting revenge. How are they going to start off in this game?
They're going to be starting off ready to roar. They're going to be ready to battle, ready to fight, ready to win this game.
Led out by Dan Page, of course. We've already said enough about him. We know what to expect. He had a brilliant match last year. Let's hope he can live up to the same again. And as we said, 11 tries in the league, 15 overall this year. He knows how to score a try, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, that's an insane amount of tries for a loose head prop.
So it'll be Gloucester 2 kickers off. Everyone is in place and ready.
And it looks as if the women's rugby teams from both sides are cheering the men's teams on as well for this fixture.
Yeah, they both come out Ethan Johnson then to kick off the men's fixture. It's a huge fixture here at Newlands Park. As we await the referee's whistle to get this fixture underway. And there we are then. Kicked away. Sorry, it was Harry Leftwich who took the kick. It wasn't Ethan Johnson, and it's immediately intercepted. Is it? No, it's still a Worcester ball, and it's a Worcester penalty. So already, Sam, Gloucester probably a little bit too, aggressive in the early stages.
Yeah, I mean, they want to be fighting for every ball, but you don't want to be giving away a penalty, and yeah, a bit too aggressive there.
As we prepare the scrum, first of many you'd probably think in this game.
Yeah, I imagine there will be many more to come.
Dan Page, such a strong player, and here we go. Look, you can see the strength from both sides as Gloucester begins to turn it round. Worcester come out with it though. Down go, good tackle there by Ollie Thomas. Here comes Worcester. Patworth in there as well. Still Worcester just inside. Cleared away. Box kick high. And it's collected. Oh, it's a brilliant tackle on fullback Nico Allen. And Gloucester just continue on. They've probably got the turnover as well. It is. Oh no, Gloucester still have the ball. Kean Healy gets out. Dan Page. Ethan Johnson finds it, and Dan Page on it again, playing loose head. He told me the other day he's not a massive fan of playing loose head, Sam, but he's been put there today.
Yeah, I mean, he's the type of player that I'm sure he'd play anywhere. He'll just want to be on that field fighting for every ball.
There we are then. And here comes Worcester again. It's a good layout. It's just behind the outside centre. And Harry Leftwich could be away. Collected well by the scrum half. William Hannon for Worcester. And here they come, just inside their 22. Gloucester with good pressure in these early stages.
Yeah, that was good play by Harry Leftwich to push Worcester back into their own half.
And it's going to be a box hit by Will Hannon, just to lay the pressure off and get some yards back for Worcester. How are we seeing the first half then, Sam? So far, first minutes, I should say, not the first half.
Yeah, Gloucester have done really well so far. They've pushed Worcester back. They've kept possession when they've got it. Worcester have also played well, but made a few mistakes. Maybe just have a few nerves that they need to settle down within them.
Here we go then, line out for Gloucester, which Dan Page takes and met nicely. And there's Keane Healy, who finds Ethan Johnson. And there's Iman Hussein, who goes in. It's a big tackle from the Worcester pack. Burr gets away. It's a brilliant run from Burr as he drives towards the Worcester 22. Collected by Healy, who finds Johnson again. Good layoff to Patworth. Patworth finds a way through into the 22 now. And Gloucester starting to just rise their levels a bit, Sam, aren't they?
Yeah, they seem to have found a level that's getting them forward, that's getting them yards.
And it's a penalty to Gloucester, taken quickly. Tap and go from Dan Page into 5 metre. Brilliant try from Dan Page. Scores! What a try from Dan Page.
Yeah, that was a brilliant try by Dan Page there. Just has that power and speed to just make it his way through the Worcester, the Worcester players, and gets another try, and that's his 16th of the season.
We were saying, weren't we? Dan Page, he is the danger man. He looked at last year, and last year he just lacked that finishing touch, and we've already seen in the opening minutes in this game, he is up for it, and he has scored. It's Gloucester 5, Worcester 0.
But yes, I'm sure that Worcester would have been keeping an eye on Dan Page before the game as someone to look out.
And it's a great kick.
So someone to keep an eye on, but they weren't able to stop him for that first try.
Gloucester have 7.
a few minutes.
I believe that was Harry Leftwich.
0, Team Gloss 7.
And it was Harry Leftwich with the conversion. And he is keeping his good form from the league campaign. So it'll be Worcester to get us back underway. It's a brilliant start. And we were saying, a good start, a fast start, is just what Gloucester needed. And, you know, for either team, a fast start in rugby is just what you want. So Worcester get us going. It's a good collection there on the far right-hand side. And Gloucester try and gain some yards. Healy's over it. And fires it out towards the pack. Here we go then. Just inside the 22, Gloucester. Healy. Back to Ethan Johnson, who clears his lines. And that will go out for, or will it? Yeah, it will, for a Worcester line out. Just inside the Gloucester half.
Yeah, Gloucester making some really good and fast passes here. They seem to be beating the Worcester line through these through the sheer speed of which they're passing, and it's doing them a lot of favours.
Just going back to the try as well, Dan Page, it may have looked easy for us, but how hard would that have been to break through the tackles? I mean, he must have cleared 3 or 4 players to get there. He's such a strong unit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a massive player, but I'm sure he'll be feeling sore tomorrow. But if it means a win, I'm sure it'll be worth it for him.
I'm sure any player will take the bruises to be varsity winners. Oh, that's a big hit there from Gloucester's number 6, Josh Stockwell. Here comes the fullback for Worcester, Charlie Price. Stopped by Gloucester, and we're going back left.
Oh, and Worcester have dropped it, and it's possession back to Gloucester.
Penalty advantage as well to Gloucester, I think, for a knock on. Here's Dan Page. Look at him, just driving through.
Oh,
brilliant from Dan Page. Great carry. Healy will pick it up. Here's Johnson. He now goes for right. He breaks the lines brilliantly. Johnson over halfway. Lays it back. Healy there again. Will look left, will he? Yep. Finds Dan Page.
Yeah, Johnson on his debut, he's performed well so far.
He has looked brilliant, yeah. Johnson again. Healy to pick it up just on the halfway line, and Ethan Johnson will try and find the yardage and put some pressure on Worcester and gain some yards. Ball back then. Charlie Price. We've told about Charlie Price. Finds. It goes back to Price. Will it? Oh, it's just gone over. Great move from Worcester, just not clicking together. And that's a brilliant clearance there from Gloucester.
Yeah, that was great from Price on the wing there. He did really well to get Worcester some yardage, but unfortunately the pass wasn't quite made to his other player.
Worcester just starting to apply some pressure now. There was a tackle off the ball there, but I think the referee's missed it, or has he? Oh, he's given the Gloucester penalty. Gloucester have a penalty, and that run of Worcester pressure has probably been a let-off there for Gloucester, because they just started that attack over there. It was I think it was their left winger, Ben Woodcock and Charlie Price linking up together. It was a nice move, but the ball back to Charlie Price, the fullback, just wasn't up to standard. Unfortunately, they couldn't get any further than the Gloucester 22. But big let-off there, Sam, for Gloucester.
Yeah, it looked as if Worcester were going to make their response, and they were certainly showing it. But luckily for Gloucester, they were able to win possession back.
Here we go then, line out for Gloucester, just in front of our commentary gantry. Dan Page will take it. Up goes, and there goes Healy. Brilliant from Kean Healy, the scrum half, and it's knocked on for a penalty advantage. Advantage still there for Worcester, and they will have it as well. Just looking, it was, I don't know who it was actually who went up for Gloucester. We haven't actually got a
number 23 on our.
So we'll have to find that out at half time
sheets.
for you. There's no 23 on either of our squad sheets. But it was a good leap, and it was a good take as well from the Gloucester boys. And we have another scrum for Worcester. Sam, obviously we're quite far, well, not quite far, but we're a fair bit into this first half. Where do Worcester need to sort of improve? Go on, you look round the clock for us and tell us what time. We're 10 minutes in. We actually haven't got a clock, so we can't see. But yeah, 10 minutes. And what do Worcester need to apply?
Yeah, I think they just need to get forward with a bit more speed. They need to make a few more, go into the tackles with a bit more power. And Gloucester had a bit of a run in. Do you want to explain that one?
Yeah, brilliant there from Gloucester. And here they come again. Great layoff to Kean Healy. He's now got a bit of room to run, and he stopped just before the Worcester 22.
After what started as a mix-up, Gloucester have now managed to get themselves inside the Worcester half.
Yeah, and it's been a penalty to Worcester. Yeah, it's been quite a high intensity game, isn't it? It's what we wanted.
Yeah, both teams really going at it, really putting their bodies on the line for this.
The next try is huge, though, wouldn't it? You'd think, you know, based off what we saw from last year, every point counts. And yeah, it's a fast start from Gloucester. Worcester will have to respond, and that will be the message going across their players, because we've only got 80 minutes, Sam, haven't we?
For sure. And yeah, Worcester, if they can score the next try, it keeps things even, it keeps things level. If Gloucester go on to score the next try, they gain a huge advantage and leave Worcester with a lot of work to do.
There is the line out for Worcester, collected nicely as we comes across his right hand side of the big number 5, Josh Ballard, getting in there. Good tackle from Gloucester, just hold him just before halfway. Scrum half, William Hallam just gets out, he goes out to the left wing, and here comes Liam. Is it Liam Humphrey? No, it's Ben Woodcock. And he's been tackled into touch, so it will be a Gloucester line out.
Yeah, it seems like Worcester are having a lot of success on that left wing so far, something Gloucester might need to keep an eye on, make sure that they don't let anything escape.
Yeah, it looks good. That partnership's looked good, doesn't it, between the fullback, Charlie Price, obviously the captain, and Ben Woodcock, the left winger. They're not really attacked on our near side, have they? But it's in that left-hand side where they look promising. Gloucester look very good through the middle, don't they? They're cutting through the lines, as we see another Gloucester attack here. Good sprint.
Yeah, Gloucester on the other side seem to be finding a lot of space and a lot of room within the middle.
Yeah.
I think that's due to a lot of their players having the sheer power and speed to just drive forward and drive through a lot of players, but in particular, Dan Page.
Yeah, it's a scrum for Worcester, then for a knock-on from Gloucester, and you know, this is pushing their 22, Sam. This could be a good chance here for Worcester if they can get it out and into the wings.
Yeah, I think Worcester need to capitalise on this chance if they want to get anything.
Luke Chambers, the right winger here for Worcester on his near side, he'll be fancying this, won't he? If Worcester can get it out like they can now.
Yeah, I think he'll want to see a bit more of the ball. Hopefully they can pass it out to him. If
Gloucester trying to get the
Gloucester
turnover.
If they don't give it away.
And they do have the turnover, it's brilliant from Gloucester. They've got a penalty advantage as well coming if they need it, as they drive away from their goal. And there is the penalty, the ref has brought it back. Just look there at Ethan, sorry Sam. Go on.
Yeah, Gloucester are just doing really well here to just eliminate any attacking momentum from Worcester. Every time you think that Worcester have got it forward, they're doing well. Gloucester just eliminate the threat.
And that ball goes nicely out there from Ethan Johnson. Or is it Harry Leftwich? Sorry, keep getting them two mixed up. Can't keep doing that. Harry Leftwich, and there'll be a line out for Gloucester right in front of us. I was just saying, Ethan Johnson, he's looked good, hasn't he? On his debut, we were talking about him earlier. He's looking brilliant in that fly half, which is a difficult position to come into.
Yeah, it's not an easy position to make your debut in, but for varsity in, but he's doing really well.
Yeah, like I said, it's his debut, and he's getting a lot of the ball and looking good as of all Gloucester at the moment. The scoreline is not too bad. Dan Page prepared to take this line out, and it's missed, but it's collected well. Is that by Ethan Burr, one of the locks? Kean Healy will collect it. Finds Ethan Johnson. Goes straight into the number 8, Iman Hussein. What a warrior he is. And he makes a great carry. Healy then picks it up and goes. Forcing his tracks though, and it will be Iman Hussein to pick it up. Finds Page, who then quick offload to Tozo, then tries to find number 23 for Gloucester, but it's a penalty for Worcester. It's a knock on, the referee says.
Yeah, and yeah, that will be good for Worcester. They'll be happy to get possession back, and they'll be hoping that this time, hopefully, they can get it a bit further, because so far they've not really tested Gloucester. Would you say?
No, I think the Gloucester defence hasn't really been tested yet. Obviously, the Worcester have had a couple of good attacks, especially down that left-hand side, like we've already mentioned. They do look good. They look dangerous. Definitely Charlie Price, the captain, he looks a threat for Gloucester, so they need to keep an eye on him. But no, the backs haven't been tested too much yet. It's been a lot in this Mill Park, isn't it? The pack have been tested a lot so far. And here comes Worcester again with their fly off Liam Humphreys. Out to this right-hand side. And here comes the right winger, Luke Chambers. Down he goes, and it'll be number 9, Will Hallen, to get it out, and it's a good drive there. Page can't get it, so Hannon collects it back, and here come Worcester again, over halfway. Gloucester standing strong for now. Hannon finds Charlie Price, who then finds Luke Chambers.
They seem to have the overload on their side, but Gloucester players just managed to get back in time.
Hannon out to the left, back into the pack. There's a massive tackle there from Logan Exel, I think it was, the debutant. Good tackle from him. But it's a driving forward. Ellis Jenkins for Worcester. He's driving forward into the 22 of Gloucester. Hannon fires it back out. And once again, it's Josh Ballard hurdling towards the 22. And it's a Gloucester penalty. Is it for holding on? And they've given Worcester, because they didn't retreat 10 yards, or 10 metres, I believe, Sam. I think it was a penalty to Gloucester for holding on, I think, and they've given it to Worcester for not retreating.
Strange one there.
So Charlie Price kicks it out, and this is where the pressure will be on now for Gloucester. It's an error from the Gloucester boys, and Worcester now have a chance to capitalise on it.
Yeah, Worcester will be hoping to level things up here, as I think this is the furthest they've got into Gloucester's half so far.
It is, yeah. This is their first real chance, Worcester, and they could do with getting something on the board before half time. As we look, and I believe it will be Will Wheatley to take this line out. In the sun, as you can see, just in front of some of the Gloucester fans. Collected well by George Wheatley. Tackled by Gloucester. And they need to use it, Worcester, and they have, and they've got the advantage as well as they drive towards the line.
Gloucester hoping they can keep it up here.
Yeah, it's good defence from Gloucester. Have they got it down? No, they've brought it back for the penalty. Penalty to Worcester. So they'll go for the tap and go here. And this is where the Gloucester need to switch on, because this is a good chance for Worcester. And they go. And they drive towards the line with Dimitri Constantinides. And they've scored as well. Or have they? No, they haven't. They haven't scored. It's a Gloucester penalty. Sam, what do we make of that? I mean, we're struggling to see it from here, aren't we? I mean, we're having to watch on the screen.
We had a similar situation in the women's rugby game, but yeah, absolutely brilliant from Gloucester there to keep out Worcester.
Yeah, it's good defending.
And Worcester will be scratching their heads as to how they've not got that over the line.
Yeah, they're going to be kicking themselves, aren't they? Because that's a great chance for Worcester to to score and get on them. They were metres away.
For sure, their best chance at the half so far.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
we approach the halfway
This is a good
part
chance.
of
To
the
the right
halfway
winger.
of the first half.
Will Hannon, after Luke Chambers goes down, Hannon finds the fly off of Liam Humphreys. And Ellis Jenkins takes down. Comes to Humphreys again. Back to Ballard, Charlie Price, sorry. And it's a good carry from him, just inside the Gloucester 22. Ballard again. And is it a knock on? It is a knock on from Gloucester, from Worcester, sorry. It's a penalty advantage for Gloucester. And they have it back with Tozer. Sorry, Sam.
It has been a real period of dominance from Worcester. What do you think will be going through Gloucester's heads right now? Do you think they'll sort of be worrying about this onslaught from the Worcester recently?
Yeah, I think definitely it's been Worcester have got into the game a lot more as the minutes have ticked by. You know, Gloucester probably could have done with a second try just to put them, 14 points clear, had they converted it, of course. But yeah, Worcester are beginning to look dangerous as well, and this is a good chance here if they can overturn this scrum as well and pick up the ball. This would be a brilliant chance for them, just inside the Gloucester 22. And it will be the scrum half for Gloucester, Keane Healy, and it's a penalty because it was the collapse. And there's a bit of afters going on as well.
Oh, and a fight has broken out.
Yeah, a bit of afters, which we don't want to see really. It's we don't want to see this at Varsity at all. It was a scrum for Gloucester, which was then given away. Sorry, it was lost by Worcester, and the advantage was given to Gloucester after the collapse. And now the referee just needs to settle things down, and we'll get things back up and running again.
Still no cards being shown.
No, but it's been a good 25 minutes, hasn't it, Sam? It's been
really good. Really good start to this game. Both teams really at it, both showing their worth. Gloucester have the advantage with a try from Dan Page, but Worcester really pushing in these last sort of 5 minutes or so to try and even things up.
Sorry to cut in, Sam. Charlie Price and Jack Tozer have just been spoken to, so the two captains of either side, and he will have a quick chat with the both teams, and it will be a Gloucester penalty then.
What do you think the referee will have been saying to the captains?
I think it's just, it's a sport, it's a team sport. It's likely that it's going to kick off, but you got to hold your heads. You've got to stay locked in, and it's pressure. It's for a lot of these senior players. They want to win. It's their last varsity. As we see Ethan Johnson there kick into touch, and it'll be a Gloucester line out just over halfway. Or no, just inside the Gloucester half, actually.
Yeah, just lands among the Worcester fans there.
Yeah, definitely both teams are bringing the noise, aren't they? They're both.
Yeah, both teams are being cheered on by their fans rigorously. Both sets of fans really helping their teams drive forward. I'm sure both teams will be appreciative of
Sam Bruton
the noise
it
they're
comes
making.
down left, Papworth, and the ball just goes loose, and Worcester have got a chance here if they can collect it. They do, with Luke Chambers.
Bad mistake there by Gloucester.
They've got to use it here, Worcester, to avoid being penalised. Here comes Price and finds Ellis Jenkins driving towards the line. Hannon will go left. And Worcester continue to drive. Hannon again finds, is it Price on there? They're so close, Worcester. As they begin, and I think George Wheatley's in there. He's trying to help get over the line. The backs are both in there. Dimitri Konstanidis. And it is over, is it?
No, it looks like Gloucester have kept it up again, I think.
And they've got it. It is a try.
It is a try.
It is scored. The ball is down. We're having to peer around, aren't we, Sam? We've got from the gantry just to see. And yes, it is a try for Worcester.
Yeah, crucial from them there to capitalise on a period of dominance
and I believe it was I think it was Noah Reeves Walters, I believe, who scored it.
What will both teams be thinking now? We can see this this huddle from Gloucester. What do you think they're saying in that huddle?
Yeah, obviously, it's not ideal, is it? They're going. It could be a chance to be 7-all in a minute. They've just lifted the foot off the gas recently, Gloucester. So they just need to find their levels again. And as we see the kick, and it's just wide, so it's not converted. It's just 5 points for Worcester, which is a let off for Gloucester.
Yeah, and obviously when it came to it last year, Gloucester missed a few conversions, and it gave Worcester the win. Could it be the same this year, but the other way around? Could that be a crucial miss that hands Gloucester the win at the end
Exactly
of the day?
that, Sam. Yeah, like we said before the game, Ida Hessian, the backs coach for Gloucester last year, missed 3 big conversions, which could have tied the game, could have won the game for Gloucester. So, yeah, these conversions can become big, even though they're 2 points. Gloucester lead by 7 points to 5, as we are back underway, and it's a good take from Worcester.
Yeah, Worcester will want to keep the momentum that they've had within the last 10 minutes or so. Gloucester will want to sort of push like
Gloucester
they
got
did.
the advantage, but they come away with Kean Healy. Good carry from him as they drive into the Worcester 22. Out it goes to Johnson, who finds Papworth. Along here to Iman Hussein, who finds the fullback of Nico Allen. And here's Harry Leftwich driving towards the line. And he's just short. Leftwich, it's been offloaded. I don't know who's got it out. It's difficult to see on our screen. Has it gone over? We can't quite see. Page is getting up. He wants a bit of the action. Healy's.
They're ever so close. Gloucester are really pushing to get this try to.
He's given it.
Make it a
Gloucester
2-try
score.
game, and it is a 2-try game.
Gloucester have scored. We're just trying to see who has put the ball down. Who is it? We can't quite see from that angle. Is it Page or is it Iman Hussein? Is it Iman Hussein? Don't know. It looks like Iman Hussein. Oh no, it's number 6. Cole Matthews Doyle has scored the try. And that's a good score for Gloucester. Just as we were saying, they need to get
Yeah,
the levels back up.
Worcester will be kicking themselves. They just brought it to almost even, and
Harry Leftwich.
they give the lead straight. Well, they give a bigger lead straight back to Gloucester to possibly make it 14-5.
Yeah, this is a good. Needs to be a good kick for him from Harry Leftwich, and it's just dragged wide. It's a big chance for Leftwich, but they've scored, and it is 12-5. As you can see there on the screen,
Yeah,
it's just dragged. But
so annoying for Gloucester. They could have made it a 2-possession game, but it stays within 1.
yeah, exactly. It's a good score though, isn't it? It was a good comeback from Gloucester. You know, they had to have a response after that for the first try for Worcester. So.
And they started the game so well with that Dampage try, and you know, after Worcester finally responded with a try of themselves.
As you speak of it,
Gloucester
here he comes, Dampage. What a carry again from the loose head. Healy finds Tozer, captain for Gloucester this afternoon. He goes into a tackle, but the Worcester defence stands strong. I tell you what, another Gloucester try here could be brilliant for them as Johnson clears his lines just over halfway. Collected by Price, captain. It's a good tackle there from Iman Hussein. As Will Hannon comes across and finds Jenkins, who goes in against Burr and Bruton. Number 10, Liam Humphreys clears the line for Worcester, and it's collected nicely by
Nico
Allen, fullback, and that's a big tackle. Huge tackle from the left winger, Ben Woodcock for Worcester. Big hit there. Healy gets it out again, and here come Gloucester. Just need to find their way now and just get the pressure off him. Here comes Dan again. He's ruling that pack, isn't he?
And here like Gloucester might have some space on this left-hand side.
who finds Nico Allen, who's got a great break. That could have been a high tackle, but the ref says no. And he's a
and
brilliant
he's
fake.
faked him out.
Healy, oh, it's unlucky.
Giving back possession to Worcester there.
Brilliant attack though from Gloucester. What a carry that was from Dan Page. And then Nico Allen, what a run for him. As the ball with an awkward bounce, and it's collected by Ethan Johnson. He'll kick it away into a very good position actually, and Gloucester can reset and gain some yards as well. What a game this is, Sam. What a game.
Yeah, it's really fired up in these last 5 minutes or so. Both teams scoring a try, missing their conversions, and then we've got tackles flying in everywhere. Both teams trying to get it up the field and score another try for their team before the end of this half.
And it's a penalty to Worcester. We just saw then Will Staveley go in to a tackle, and it's been brought back for a penalty to Worcester. 30 minutes on the clock then. 10 minutes to go. Gloucester with a lead, whether it's comfortable. As there's just a couple of players stretching out. We've got a couple of Worcester lads down. And it might be a couple of minutes just for the Gloucester, as we can see the Gloucester Water Boys coming over. What do you think the message is going to be to these Gloucester players? Because it's 12-5. They are a non-converted try clear, but they are, if they concede a converted try before half time, that will take it 12-all into the break. So what do you think some of these coaches are going to be saying, and what do you think some of the senior players are going to be saying to the younger players as well?
Just keep putting your body on the line, just keep making those tackles, putting your heart and soul into this, fighting for the man next to you. Exactly the same things that were said at the start, I'm sure. But a few players going down here with injuries or from or being tired. But I mean, it's a game like this, varsity, where each team is putting that extra bit of effort into those tackles, making that tackle extra hard to try and win possession back.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about putting the yards in now, isn't it? It's Gloucester ahead, 30 minutes on the clock, and Worcester do need to find a response. They've looked good, haven't they, Worcester? But they've just not managed to find the level that we saw last year. Whether that's because players have moved on, whether because Gloucester have recruited well, got new players in, as we said before, 3 or 4 debutants in varsity. So.
And particularly Ethan Johnson in that number 10.
Yeah, Ethan Johnson fly-ups look good.
Really played well so far.
Yeah, there's been a good level from Gloucester. I mean, I think they could show more. I think they definitely could show more.
I think clinical would be the word to use. I think they've been clinical. I think they've taken their chances. Both of their chances were sort of the only chances they've had, but they scored both of them. Whereas Worcester have had a few chances, but only managed to convert one of them. Yeah,
exactly. It's good to see that all players are now back up, and it was Dimitri Konstanidis for Worcester who was down, the big tight head prop, and it is going to be a line out for Worcester, taken by Jenkins. It comes out to Hannon, who then finds the number 10 Humphreys, tackled nicely by Josh Stockwell, and it comes back out now to Price, finds Jenkins, and now that's a good move. George Groves away. Sorry, not George Groves, Luke Chambers, beg your pardon, for Worcester. And Hannon back out left, good tackle again from Gloucester. Hannon gets it out to the number 1 Reeves Wheatley, the loose head for Worcester. This is where Gloucester just need to stand strong now. George Wheatley in there as well, just trying to gain the yards. Will Wheatley as well, he's in there. Another good carry as they start to get towards the goal line of Gloucester. They just need to stand strong here, Gloucester. Get their forwards on the line. And it's a good breakthrough there from one of the second rowers. That was Josh Ballard who's got through. Tackled again though by Gloucester, and they're getting closer and closer here. Penalty advantage to Worcester, we believe, and it's gone very wide to Luke Chambers, who's dropped it, and it's come back for the penalty.
Yeah, it was a great driving run from Luke Chambers to really gain the momentum in this attack for Worcester. They just need to put it over the line now. They really need to try and even things up in this game.
So it's penalty for us, so they're going to go for the tap and go. Will Wheatley there, and he goes straight in. Big hit from Dan Page, who gets back into position. Ellis Jenkins there in there. Ellis Jenkins gets it down, scores. Score for Worcester, Ellis Jenkins.
There we go.
12-10 the score. It's a brilliant move from Worcester. Quick move as well. Gloucester weren't prepared for it. We saw a lot of these last year. We saw a lot of these where Worcester were quick replying, quick moves, and they've done it again this year. It's a good score, and this could take it to 12-12. And
yeah, it just looked like that on that restart that Gloucester just weren't quite ready for what Worcester had planned, and Worcester capitalised on that finally and will try and bring things level now.
yeah, Charlie Price.
You'd think he'd score this conversion.
Yeah, Charlie Price. Probably the simplest it can get, isn't it, really? Charlie Price in front of this conversion, steps up, kicks through the goal, and Gloucester and Worcester are tied on 12 all with a few minutes left to play here at Newlands Park, home of Cheltenham Tigers. If you're just tuning in, where have you been? What a game this has been so far. If you missed earlier, women's rugby, Worcester came out on top, a 29-14 victory for them. And we are now on to the men's, so the score is currently 9-4 overall in varsity. A win for Worcester confirms the title. A win for Gloucester means they're living on the edge and all to play for, Sam.
Yeah, so 12-12 in this first half, nearing the end of this first half, and it's been a superb half so far. But Gloucester really wanting to try and
Hussein.
go
Here
into
comes Patworth.
going into the half with a lead.
Good drive there from Patworth. Healy picks it up, finds Tozer, who then tries to quick. It's penalty advantage to Worcester. They picked it up the ball up anyway. Charlie Price with a kick to clear, and here comes the driving run as well, and he's got it as well. What a catch that is!
Wow!
From Ben Woodcock.
Wow! What a try that is!
What a kick from Charlie Price. We'll get the replay on it, but it was just outside the 22, I think, of Worcester, and he's down the line, and what that pace from Ben Woodcock to
that was just sensational. He really drove there. As soon as it was kicked, he ran past about 2 or 3 Gloucester players. He just had that speed on him to get there to the ball, and once he had it, there was no looking back.
Yeah,
he knew he'd scored the try. He knew he'd put Worcester in front.
Yeah, it was a superb sprint, wasn't it? A brilliant juggle to manage to keep hold of that ball and then run another 30 odd metres to get into the try box and score.
And I think Gloucester will be kicking themselves a bit. I think they both times after they've scored, they've sort of cruised a bit. They've not gone for the kill.
3 out of 3 for Charlie Price,
and it's meant that now Worcester are ahead 19-12.
Yeah,
going in.
Brilliant score for Worcester. Charlie
as
Price
we
again.
Approach the nearer the end of the first half.
So Gloucester 12, Worcester 19. It'll be Ethan Johnson or Harry Leftwich, should I say? I've done that again, Sam. Harry Leftwich to get it underway.
Yep, we have 2 minutes left of this first half. Gloucester will want to respond with a try of their own.
And it's a penalty for Gloucester for a knock-on by a Worcester player. And you could really do, if you're a Gloucester player right now, Gloucester coach, fan, staff, you need to score now, don't you? You want to go into the break level as we prepare for this scrum. It's a huge moment, like you said, a couple minutes left to go.
Yeah, you don't want to be giving your the opposition team any advantage going into that half. You don't want them leading by a try. You want to be even or ahead. So Worcester will be happy. Gloucester not so. After leading twice.
Yeah, the scrum was rotated. So too much power from Worcester. So they're going to have to reset again, and it's for all this for Worcester is perfect, running the clock down. You know, if they go into half time up, you know, they've not looked their best at all. They've grown into the game as it's gone on. But like you said earlier, Gloucester are going to be kicking themselves because they had such a good start and probably should have scored another early try when they were 7-0 up. But
yeah, I think Gloucester will be annoyed with themselves, but Worcester will be ecstatic. They have scored 3 great tries.
I mean, that third one's got to be try of the day, isn't it, for Worcester?
For sure.
So far. Good offload there from Iman Hussein. Finds Healy on that far side. Healy again. Burr picked up more or less and then dropped, and it's a penalty advantage to Worcester. And cleared away there as well. Comes to Nico Allen, who's got space. He needs to drive, Nico Allen, just to find. Instead he looks left, finds Leftwich, and he'll look to gain some yards now. He's brought down by the outside centre, Hugo Denman. And here comes Gloucester's outside centre, Ollie Thomas. Toes are there, he'll offload it. So that to number 23 for Gloucester. Still not got a name yet. Tozer to Page. Thomas again, looking to split the lines. Good carry there from Thomas. Healy picks it up, finds Page. Big hit there. 2 players were needed. It's out to Tozer. And more yards being gained as Tozer is down, but slowly gets back up to his feet. Healy finds Johnson, goes for the fake, finds Patworth. He's brought down. Big tackle from Ben Woodcock. Healy goes right, looks for Johnson, who's then brought down. This is good defence from Worcester, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah, brilliant defence from Worcester. Something we didn't really see at the start of the game, but they've really grown into it now. And
sloppy pass in. Ellis Jenkins was closing on it. Patworth pushes it off, and we've gone back to the penalty.
And both teams
For Gloucester.
exchanging a few words.
Yeah, it must be such a heated match. Down there, it must be. You know,
I
the
mean,
pressure is high. I mean,
yeah, if you want to know how much it means, just look at how much they're flying into each tackle, how much they're putting into every single play of this game.
for a lot of players, this is the highlight, isn't it? You know, playing varsity means a lot. You know, you're representing university on a big level, on a big stage. You know, look how many fans have come out today to watch these 2 teams fight it out. So it means a lot to everyone. It means a lot to the players. You know, the people who go both universities. It's a lot. It's a huge day. Huge day.
Yeah, I think for any university, varsity is always the highlight of the year. And at this university, rugby particularly is one of the bigger highlights.
Collected by Wheatley, and it's a good carry there from Worcester. Out by Hannon. Back onto this right hand side for Woodcock. Gains a few Luke Chambers. Apologies there. Hannon ready. And finds Josh Ballard. He's been a key player for Worcester in that pack, hasn't he, Sam? Number 5, Josh Ballard.
Yes. Yeah, real key in helping them get forward.
And is that half time? It is. So half time here at Newlands Park, home of Cheltenham Tigers. Half time score, Gloucester 12, Worcester 19. Solid start from Worcester, you must say, from Gloucester.
Yeah, Gloucester started well with an early try from Dan Page, and Worcester, after a few more minutes, responded with a try of their own to bring it up to 7-5 after a missed conversion. Gloucester then scored another try but missed their conversion to make it 12-5. Worcester then scored to bring things even after they scored their conversion, and then a breakaway try after a kick from Worcester, and a sensational try for Worcester brought them ahead to 19-12, and we go into the half 19-12 to Worcester.
Let's just have a look at those conversions as well for Worcester before we speak a little bit more about Gloucester. Charlie Price, 3 out of 3 conversions. You can't get wrong with that, can you?
2 out of 3.
Is it 2 out of 3? Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, apologies. 2 out of 3. Yeah. He's doing well, isn't he, Charlie Price at fullback?
Yeah, he's done really well on that. In that fullback position, really testing the Gloucester players.
Just looking at UOG, obviously it was a fast start from it. They scored early on, which is what we said was needed to happen, and they could have got a second. How key? Let's say how. Well, Dan Page. Let's talk about Dan Page. How key has he been to this Gloucester side in that first half?
Yeah, I mean, he was really key in that. Obviously, he scored that first try, and since then he's really just been flying into the tackles, in the scrums. He's been leading the charge, and yeah, he's sort of led the line for Worcester. Really, for Gloucester. He's showing them how Gloucester should be doing it.
And we're talking as well, just quickly as well, on the number 10 for fly off for Gloucester. Let's find his name. Ethan Johnson. Of course, yeah, Ethan Johnson. Can you just give a quick assessment on his performance from that first half?
Obviously it's his varsity debut, but yeah, he's sort of just, he looks a natural really. You wouldn't be able to tell. You'd think he'd played a varsity before. The way he's just controlling that position at fly half is really something great to see for all supporters of Gloucester.
Well, it's half time here at Newlands Park. Gloucester 12, Worcester 19, and we'll be back with you for the second half. Hello and welcome back to Newlands Park, home of Cheltenham Tigers, where we have just had half-time between University of Gloucester and University of Worcester. The score is 19-12 to Worcester University. Sam, what do you think the messages have been for both sides at half-time?
Yeah, I think the message for Gloucester will have been to sort of come out fighting in the second half, make sure that you get another try early. Obviously they scored early in the first half, but then conceded 3 after scoring a second one. But yeah, I think they'll have been told to fight, and then Worcester also to fight, but yeah, to make sure that they defend well, to make sure that they don't allow Gloucester too much to go up too much.
We've just been told that number 23 is Will Stavley, the hooker. So keep an eye out for him, and we'll let you know when he's on the ball. Ball's cleared away by Gloucester, and it's met by Will Hannon, the scrum half for Worcester University, who finds Liam Humphreys.
Poor kick there.
Yeah, it's gone very high, and the wind will not help it. Great collection from Dan Page, and he manages to get a few yards.
Yeah, start in this second half as he did the first half.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it needs to be a strong start again from Gloucester, just to get them back level. That's a great run from Ethan Johnson, and here he comes, heading towards Gloucester 22, collected brilliantly by Imad Hussein. Imad Hussein's going to be through, and Imad Hussein scores. And Gloucester score early again.
Wow.
What a
brings
score.
Things back to pretty much even, and the second half starts as hot and dangerous as the first half did. Gloucester, if they score this conversion, will bring it level, and it's all to play for in this varsity game between Worcester and Gloucester. An amazing try that was started out by a bad mistake by Worcester, excellently caught by Dan Page, then brilliantly moved forward by Ethan Johnson.
Yeah, the offload was brilliant, wasn't it, from Ethan
amazingly
Johnson.
Finished off by Imad Hussein, who scores his 4th try of the season.
Yeah, brilliant try from Imad Hussein. And now it's all over to Harry Leftwich with the kick. And it's through the post, and we are all level. 19-all. And Sam, we've beaten last year's score. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an absolutely electric game. It's really, both teams are pushing hard to get their team the victory. And after that one, after switching sides, the Gloucester try was scored in front of their home fans, and the home crowd went wild.
Yeah, what a feeling that must be for scoring a levelling try, if you like, right in front of the Gloucester fans. And once again, Imad Hussein collects the ball, and what a carry that is as well. Healy fires it back to Johnson, who will then clear his lines, and Gloucester can make some ground.
Yeah, it feels that Gloucester are really coming out with a vengeance in this second half. They'll be annoyed that they went into that first half down by a point, and they'll be looking to really come at it in the second half. They've already done so by scoring a try, and now look to lead again in this game.
There goes Logan Exel in. Now Ethan Johnson, and once again goes for a lower kick this time, and Patworth is on it. And Nico Allen's on it, and it's almost spilt from the scrum half of Worcester, William Hannon.
Very almost a costly mistake.
And that's the pressure on Worcester now inside their 22 as they try and get out of the danger zone.
Gloucester pushing again.
Gloucester are, and they're trying to get the turnover, but it's Worcester who still have the ball. And it's a Gloucester penalty. For a knock-on, Gloucester have a penalty.
Well, I tell you what.
10 metres away.
Whatever the head coach did say in that half-time talk for Gloucestershire, it sure has been working so far. They've come out a different animal. I'm sure they'll have gone in really annoyed that they were down, but yeah, they are back.
This is a good chance. So it's going to be a scrum to Gloucester. As I said, 10 metres from the try line, and this is important, isn't it, Sam, for Gloucester, just to, if they can get the next try to then build on, get 2 early tries. They didn't manage to do that in the first half, but if they can do that in this second, how comfortable will it be for them, knowing that they're ahead and they've had a strong start?
Yeah, if Gloucestershire can score another try here, it's absolutely critical. I mean,
Papworth going towards the line, 5 metres out. Gloucester. Healy goes over. And he finds Page. And Page drives towards the line. Dan Page gets there, over, try!
And it's a try for Gloucestershire. Dan Page again.
And it's 2 for the loose head prop. Dan Page.
His 17th of the season. I mean, if you want a man to lead the team, who else but Dan Page?
What a try again. You just can't stop him, Sam. Can you? He just can't be stopped.
Yeah.
But once again, it was just going back to the scrum. It was brilliant. It was released well by Healy. He went left for Johnson, and then Johnson found Dan Page, and he leave the rest to him, I guess.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
His 3rd year, his final year, final game for Gloucestershire, and
he's pushing a hat trick.
He's shown that. He's shown that it's his final year. You can tell he's giving his everything, his all.
Massive moment for Harry Leftwich.
To try and get the win for Gloucestershire.
With his left foot, Harry Leftwich looks good. Oh, and it rattles the post. So unlucky. Whether the wind may have played a part in that, we don't know, but so unlucky. But back to that Dan Page try, Sam. Wow.
Wow, yeah, wow indeed. He just showed power, brute force, speed once again to make his way through that Worcester line and score the try. I mean, he had about 5 players on him by the end, but he still found a way to score.
Powerhoused his way through, didn't he? As Gloucester had possession just inside their 22, and Worcester now have won a penalty.
How confident do you think the Gloucester players will feel knowing that they have a player like Dan Page on the team to drive them forward and score tries like that?
I think we see, on and off the pitch, he is such a big part to this UOG men's side, and we hope to get him post-match with one of our interviewers, because it would be great to hear what he has to say in his final varsity, and obviously if he can get that hat-trick as well. What a way to see his Gloucester University career out.
For sure. I'm sure it'll be an emotional interview if he does. If we do manage to get the interview with him.
However, it was only a 5-point score for Gloucester, so it is 24-19, and if Worcester can make something out of this and convert it, they will go ahead, Sam. So this has gone from Gloucester on top to now they've got to raise their concentration levels and just be aware of any Worcester attack at all, because we know rugby, the game can switch very quickly, as it has done already in this match.
For sure, and that's something that Gloucestershire struggled with in that first half. Whenever they did lead, they sort of just came off the gas a little and allowed Worcester to come back and score a try to even things up. And so now that they've gone ahead again, now that they've pushed to get ahead, they'll be trying to keep Worcester out and trying to go back to the other end themselves and make it a 2-possession game.
But for Worcester, what's going to be their game plan? Because obviously something would have been said at half-time. What is their plan now? They're 24-19 down. Once again, they've conceded from a quick try to the start of the second half. What is the plan now then for Worcester?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think this was the game plan to concede two tries early to give Gloucestershire the lead. But I think they can have confidence knowing that they've come back from 2 Gloucestershire leads already. I think they'll know that they can do it. They just have to push forward again and be critical in their conversions.
Just a quick sub for Gloucestershire University. Iman Hussein, the scorer
of the third
try, has left the field. We're just waiting to see who has replaced him after this scrum for Worcester University, which Will Hannon will put in. And there we go. Scrum collapse and it will be reformed. Yeah, they just need to concentrate here, Gloucester, because they are inside their own 22. It is a Worcester ball. Any lack of concentration could lead to a Worcester try and therefore switch the game over again.
Yeah, Gloucester, they'll need to stay alert, stay focused, still put their all into every tackle, make sure that they don't give anything.
And it's collapsed again and it's a Gloucester penalty.
Make sure that they don't give anything to Worcester.
And the front row of Worcester, like we saw in the women's game, just couldn't handle the strength of the Gloucester's front row, and it's a Gloucester penalty, and this means Ethan Johnson has the chance to clear it away as it goes towards our commentary gantry.
And
hits us.
hits the roof. And it'll be a line out. Gloucester with the ball, hoping they can make another excellent drive, get the ball forward, try and make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah, Dan Page takes it, collected well by Burr. Healy then finds Johnson, who finds Stockwell. He gets decent carry towards the 10-metre line. Healy back to Johnson, and Johnson will kick it clear. Once again, Gloucester just managing to clear the lines. A drop there from the fly-off, Liam Humphreys for Worcester. Here comes Charlie Price. And he finds Josh Ballard, who's away, but it's a good tackle. Hallen comes across. In goes the Worcester pack. Hallen there again. And it's a penalty to Gloucester.
How crucial would it be if Gloucester were to score another try and make it a 2-possession game? So far we've only had 1-possession games. Each team has only ever led by 1 possession. How crucial would a 2-possession be in a game like this?
Yeah, you know, if... and Ellis Jenkins has been shown a yellow card for Worcester, I think because he was given a little bit of back chat to the ref, I believe. So Worcester are down to 14 for the next 10, and just the question you just asked me, actually, Sam, if Gloucester can get another one now whilst Worcester are down to 14 players, this is a massive chance, you know. They've got 15, they've got an extra man, and if they can score a couple of tries now and take the driving seat at this game, it would be the ideal.
Yeah, if they do make it a 2-possession game, what does that do for Gloucester? What does, in a game like this when it's so tight, we've already seen how tight it is, how tight it was in the women's game.
Here comes Dan Page driving towards the line. Dan Page is there almost and scored it. Dan Page has scored a hat-trick in his final varsity fixture. Dan Page, the star man for University of Gloucestershire. 3 absolutely brilliant tries.
There we go. We just said how crucial it would be if Gloucestershire could make it a 2-possession game, and Dan Page does just that with, yes, another try, his 18th of the season.
Brilliant from Dan Page. He's looked up for it for a minute, wasn't he? He scored the first try, he's kicked things off, and he's just given Gloucester a brilliant score.
And Worcestershire will be without a man for still quite some time, and Gloucester could yet again capitalise on that.
Yeah, Harry Leftwich, this is a big kick. It's a difficult kick as well for Leftwich. And he gets it through as well. 31-19 to Gloucester, and we are being told he's actually already scored his hat-trick. So the player that probably scored the try earlier, Sam, that we didn't see
was Dan Page.
There
you go.
He scored 4.
4 tries.
He has scored 4 tries in this varsity fixture, and the score is 31-19.
I mean, that is just sensational. How about that? If we can't get an interview with him, then it will be great.
To Worcester. Big hit. Wheatley goes forward as the Gloucester boys bring him down, and we go back to the Worcester penalty for a knock-on by Josh Stockwell. .55 minutes on the clock then. Gloucester 31, Worcester 19. Sam, is this exactly what Gloucester wanted? Is this what the managers wanted? Is this what the fans wanted?
I think this is more than what Gloucester could have hoped for when they left those changing rooms to start this half. I think they'll be very happy. 31-19.
Yeah, 55 minutes.
Worcester will be quite upset. I think they've made it a very hard task for themselves now to.
Yeah, but the game's never over, Sam. Let's not do old commentator's curse. As here come Worcester, and they've got a bit of space on that right hand side. They can use it. It's a good tackle from Ethan Johnson. Hannon finds Ben Woodcock. He's brought down. Went backwards, says the referee, and Worcester continue to apply some pressure. And they have the penalty for not releasing, I believe. Is it? Not too sure.
What's the game plan for Worcester now? What do they have to try and do in order to bring it back level?
It's big now for Worcester. Obviously, they've 2 converted tries would do it. That would put them 2 points clear. So they do need to score some tries, because Gloucester, I beg your pardon, are in a very good position right now. If they keep doing what they're doing, we could see some more scores. But yeah, Worcester they've not come out fighting the way they did in that first half. After Gloucester got a quick try, they quickly responded. But this second half, we've not seen the same attack.
Yeah, for sure. Gloucester should have come out with a vengeance, and Worcester just feel a bit lacklustre.
Hugo Denman was just
in
down,
the
and
second half.
Needed a little bit of treatment, but he's back up now, and we're back underway with James Kingsbury. He finds Josh Ballard, who goes bundling in, and Worcester have the penalty. And will they go for touch, or will they go for posts? And they're going to go for the tap and go, I believe. Nope, referee's called a scrum, so it's going to be a scrum just outside the Gloucester 22. Sam, this is a big moment for Worcester, isn't it now?
Yeah, crucial moment of the game. This is the time for Worcester to respond to Gloucestershire's 3 tries so far in this half and try and bring it back to a 1-score game, try and give themselves a fighting chance in this varsity fixture.
As we said, we're just approaching the hour mark of the game. Worcester need to score, don't they, really? If they want any hope in turning this around, because Gloucester, this second half has been a brilliant standout performance from a lot of players, Dan Page especially. Here comes Charlie Price. He's looked good in that first half. He just needs to bring his team forward. Hannon to Ballard. Brought down by Page. Hannon again goes right. And here's Price. And we can't actually see. Has he been? No, he's still in. So he's not been tackled into touch. Brought down again. This is the Worcester pressure that we wanted. As Josh Conchi is also on now for Worcester. As they drive forward with Cole Matthews-Doyle. Go right this time. Stavley's in there. Hannon. And here's the big loose head, Noah Rees-Walters. Hannon again. Now Price. He goes towards the goal line. It's a maul formed, and down they go. Hannon there again. Gloucester need to stand strong, and it's a Gloucester penalty for not releasing the ball, and all of that pressure that was laid on Gloucester has gone, Sam.
Yeah, that's crucial for Gloucester there to win back possession to stop the attack from Worcester. Worcester would have wanted to try and go on to score there, but Gloucester held out, and possession turns over to themselves.
Obviously, Worcester still without Ellis Jenkins. He is waiting to come back on. Yeah, you don't want to. If you're a Gloucester player, you don't want to concede when you've got a man extra, do you really?
No,
And
definitely not.
Ethan Johnson here is going to clear into touch and get the line out for Gloucester. Not the best kick, but he's managed to gain a few yards. As Dan Page trots over. What a game he's had. What a match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he could have asked for much more in his final fixture for the UOG Blue.
Just a quick side note, Sam. Obviously, this isn't professional rugby, but the record, I believe, is 6 tries in one game in professional rugby. Dan Page has 4, and we've still got a fair way to go in this match.
I think
Can he do it?
I think it would be a big ask. I think it would require Worcester to really collapse in order for him to score another 2 tries.
But you never know.
But
here come
never know.
Worcester again with Ben Woodcock. And Hannon tries to beat it forward, and it's a penalty to Gloucester for a knock-on by Woodcock. So yeah, as we were saying, Dan Page, if he gets 6 tries, I don't think he could go out on a better level, could he really?
No, I don't. Oh, I mean, I don't think you could go on a. I mean, already 4 tries is a sensational effort, and his, if the score stays this way, he has won the game for Gloucester with those 4 tries.
Yeah, he's been superb, hasn't he? He's been a brilliant force, and especially for these younger players as well. You've got your tight head prop, Logan Exel. To have him in the front row, Dan Page, what a leader to look up to.
Yeah, I think he embodies what it means to play for the badge, to play for the team, to play this sport.
As the ball, it almost broke
makes it look
Freddie
effortless.
Thomas, but he's managed to gain a few yards. Actually, Thomas has. Hilly there, and now Worcester managed to get the turnover. Will Hannon. And here they go. Quick break there from Matthew Doyle. There's Hannon. And it's just missed by the outside centre for Worcester there. That would have been a good chance to gain some yards, but Gloucester stays strong on the 10-metre line. Here is Reeves Walters. Tackled by Page. Hannon then finds the fly off, and it comes back down to this left-hand side. Here's Ballard. And it's towards Woodcock, but it goes out into touch, and it will be a Gloucester line out. It's just not quite coming together, is it, for Worcester?
Yeah, they can't seem to. They're building up play really nicely, but when it comes to that sort of, key pass to try and drive them that extra step forward, they don't seem to be able to get it quite right.
And there is a player down here for Worcester just on this near side. We're just trying to see who it is. Ref has just called time for a minute, just so players can get a quick breather. It looks like a hamstring injury. Is it Josh Ballard? Is it who's down? It looks like Josh Ballard, the lock, number 5.
And it's not what you want to see. You don't want to see a player going down injured in a game like this.
No, he's looked good, Josh Ballard. He's ran a lot. He's gone into some big tackles as well, and he is up, thankfully, and he's hoping to walk it off, but we'll see.
Gloucestershire getting some waters in.
But for now, I think they have brought someone on to replace him. Yeah, it is Josh Ballard, I think. So yeah, so Josh Ballard has been replaced. And we are about to have the Gloucester line out. Recommence, and we are back underway. So Dan Page prepares to take this line out for Gloucester. Here we go then. Page takes, collected nicely by Gloucester, and they've got a penalty. They've played it quick as well with the tap and go. Here's Staveley, the hooker. He dives in. Back. Oh, big hit from Reeves Walters there.
Brilliant from Archie
Sollers. Yeah, Archie Sollers, who has come on for Gloucester. And it's good offload there towards Kean Healy. He's gained a few. Staveley again. Finds George Groves. Healy looks right. Sollers on the halfway line. Big hit. Healy over it again. He'll go right again to Ethan Johnson. And he looks to slip through the lines. And it's a good carry from him as well. Gloucester just starting to get the cogs turning. Healy. on the halfway line. Here's Page. He looks for a way through. And it's a good carry from him again. How good has he been, Dan Page, in this game?
I don't think there's any words, to be honest. Like
Ooh,
he
a
makes it look
slight
easy,
mistake.
doesn't he? Really.
Slight mistake from Ethan Johnson with the box kick, and it's back in the possession of Worcester. George Wheatley in there. Hannon back out to Charlie Price, who clears his lines, and it goes out into touch, and it'll be a Gloucester line out. Oh no, it won't be. It's a Worcester line out. Beg your pardon. It bounced. Yeah, the game has just decided, it's just gone a little bit flat now, hasn't it, Sam? It's such a fast start in the second half, and we've just decided just chill out a little bit.
Slow down a little bit. I think both teams are sort of starting to tire. They'll be, going into that final gear to
Ellis
try
Jenkins
and
back on.
find any sort of momentum, any sort of energy they have left within them to keep fighting until
So Ellis Jenkins back on.
the
It's
end.
a bit of a scramble on the line out, and it's going to be a line out to Worcester. About 10 metres away from the line. And Ellis Jenkins over there to take it. 50 minutes to go then, here at Newlands Park. Score Gloucester 31, Worcester 19. What an affair it's been, what a match it's been. Where have you been if you've missed any of it? Into the maul we go, it's collected well by Worcester, and here they come with Charlie Price. Big hit from Josh Stockwell. Just holds him in his tracks. Hannon in there, but they're just trying to bring it forward with Will Wheatley.
Crucial here for Worcester.
Yeah, they've got to score, you think, don't they? Cole Matthews-Doyle, in there. He brings it forward as well. Jenkins is in there.
They're edging closer.
That's Dimitri Constantinides. He's getting there. Ellis Jenkins helping it go over the line. And it's scored as well.
No, it's been kept. I think it's been.
Or has it?
I think they might have kept it up.
No, it's a penalty to Gloucester for not releasing. And they've just got a retreat of 10 metres, Worcester. And that's another let-off there for Gloucester.
Yeah.
As Ethan Johnson clears away. Or does he? Collected well by scrum half Will Hannon, but the pass...
Collected really well, but
just another
loose pass.
error. Yeah, another error from Worcester, which you can't be having in this stage in the game now.
And I think that's been the difference, really.
Reeves Wheatley, what a carry that is. What a tackle. Was that Dan Page in there, or was it? It was Ethan Johnson in there.
I think Ewan Burr.
Here come Worcester again, driving forward. Johnson, Price still going. No one's got him. Charlie Price is through, and Charlie Price has scored for Worcester. Well, it just looks like everyone switched off there for.
Well, this makes things interesting as we head towards the 70-minute mark.
Just look there, Charlie Price did brilliant. I mean, it was brilliant play from Worcester inside their 22, and we can say it probably has been coming as well for Worcester. But Charlie Price, he cannot be allowed to get through go through the lines and get through those players in the middle of the park there. He scored right in front of the post, and now he's got the chance to convert this and make it 31-26.
Like you say, it has been coming. Gloucester have dipped off a little bit. They got a bit comfortable with that 2-possession lead.
And it does. It's 31-26 then to Gloucester. And I tell you what, that means now if Gloucester concede another try, they will either be level, or if it's converted, they will be 2 points down on them. What a finish we have here.
This is a thrilling end to the game. Don't think you could ask for much more.
No, definitely not. As the Worcester crowd begin to see hope in their team. It's not been the top level we've seen them before, but it's enough to make it close. Gloucester, not with much possession. Lewis Vinicombe on for Gloucester now as well.
They'll be hoping to win possession back early here. They don't want to let Worcester.
And there's been a head collision and a head injury for Worcester. It's number 11, Ben Woodcock, who is down. Yeah, this second half's been a little bit stop and start. A couple of players needing treatment. Will Staveley also down. A couple of players having cramp as well. They've got a few minutes now, Gloucester, to get together, you know. Regroup, exactly that. What is going to be said between the players and the staff?
Keep your head calm. Make sure you stay focused. Make sure you keep fighting. Yeah, keep giving your all, because that is so crucial as we head into these last 10 minutes. If you drop off for even a second, as we just saw, Worcester still have that fight within them. They still believe that they can get the win themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was just a lack of concentration really for Gloucester, and they'll be kicking themselves at it because they've been on top. They've been brilliant, and Worcester have just got into the second half and they've managed to score, and now it's looking tight because Worcester look up for it.
Yeah, Worcester do indeed, and yeah, this is where games are won and lost.
There's just a concussion check going on. Is it for the scrum half, Will Hannon? I'm not too sure. No, it's not. It's not the scrum half. Not too sure who that is on the deck. Just going through some concussion procedures. And it will be a Worcester scrum to get us back underway, with about 10 minutes left to play. Number 11. So it was number 11, Ben Woodcock, who is down for Worcester. He looks okay, but I think he has to be brought off due to concussion procedures. And we're back underway then. Scrum to Worcester. Will Hannon ready to put this ball in. And you'd think Gloucester really need to compete for this now, don't they?
Yeah, they need to give it their all, give everything. Make sure nothing is left out here.
Good strength from Worcester. They bring it forward. Here's Ellis Jenkins. Obviously got the red card.
Wow.
Shrugs off Ethan Johnson. Great carry from him. Hannon. Breaking through the lines of Gloucester. That was James Kingsbury. And here comes Cole Matthews-Doyle. Kingsbury again. And it's a penalty to Gloucester.
Not what Worcester would have wanted.
No.
They were getting forward there. They were really.
Yeah, they look promising there, didn't it, for Worcester? They're breaking through the lines, but once again, it's back in the hands of Gloucester and Ethan Johnson on debut. Can't get it out into touch, and Worcester have it straight back again. Gloucester just on the back foot at the moment, and they need to be careful here because, like we said, there is a score in it. The bounce is missed by Gloucester. Knocked on backwards, says the referee, is it? Oh no, it's a knocked on forwards. So it's a Gloucester penalty and it'll be a scrum. And there is another player down for Worcester, and it's their loose head prop, Noah Reeves-Walters. Or is he? Yeah. Noah Reeves-Walters, and is there another player down? Or can you see anyone, Sam? It looks like Reeves-Walters being treated, but
yeah, I think
it's been the story of the second half, hasn't it? It's been the first half was very smooth, very clean, a lot of quick play, but there's been quite a few injuries, and a lot of players getting cramped now as well. It's at the back end.
It is one of those games where each player is giving their all. They're fighting as hard as they can. They're putting 100% into each tackle, and it means that there are, as we get towards the end, players may get injured or build up a cramp, build up some soreness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, back underway then. So after being a knock-on for Worcester, it's a chance for Gloucester to have an attack of their own, and it will be from a scrum, which Kean Healy will put the ball in. And let's get a bit of rugby. Here we go then. Here we go. And they're playing it quick because the scrum did not go to plan. And here comes Patworth. Johnson. Nico Allen. Brilliant fake. Finds Groves. Here comes Groves. Brilliant speed. Brilliant speed from George Grove. He's going to do it as well. George Grove scores.
Wow.
And that could be it. Massive try for University of Gloucestershire.
Massive. That
George
could
Groves.
be game, set, match.
We've not
But you
really
never know.
mentioned him, have we, at all? He's been on that right flank, going up and down. What a score.
That is absolutely crucial.
George Grove scores. 36-26, with a chance now for Gloucester just to edge their lead out. And once again, Harry Leftwich on kicking duty. How big would this be, Sam, if they can get this one? 38-26.
Absolutely massive. It would put them up by
12.
12.
12, yeah. So Harry Leftwich, the left foot, kicks, goes high, straight through the middle, and Gloucester have 38.
And that could be that. There's still 5 minutes left on the clock.
But you'd hope now, what a try from Thomas Grove, George Groves. And then finished off there by Harry Leftwich. He's been good, hasn't he, Leftwich, today? He's missed a couple kicks, but overall, what a performance from the whole team.
Yeah, I mean, this is huge. Gloucester haven't won Varsity Rugby in quite a long time. How much do you think this would mean to the Gloucestershire University fans?
As Worcester just win a penalty for the not releasing there. But yeah, it'd be huge for Gloucester. This would be, especially the players who played last year in such a narrow defeat where it could have gone either way. And had Ada Hessian, converted some of those kicks, who knows what would have happened. But yeah, it's a bit of revenge, isn't it, for those players who have, gone out today. The likes of Dan Page, the likes of Jack Tozer, who's come back from injury, Harry Papworth as well, another third year, who's had a brilliant game. Ethan Johnson on debut, brilliant at fly half. Ethan Burr and Sam Bruton, the two in the lock, they've been brilliant as well.
Yeah, I mean, the likes of Ethan Johnson, who, like you said, are making their debut, it sets a precedent now for them. It means they can go on to compete in their second and third year, and they'll want to win in all 3 years now.
Definitely.
They'll have tasted victory in their first year, and they'll want to continue that into years to come.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant performance from Gloucester as the clock slowly runs down onto the 80th. Ellis Jenkins prepares to take this line out for Worcester University. And the line out's been quite good. Last year there was a couple that didn't go straight. The wind has played a factor, but today it's been quite a good game in terms of the set pieces. Penalty for advantage for Gloucester. They have the ball. Kean Healy plays it back to Ethan Johnson, who we were just talking about, and he clears. And it goes out just on the 10. Is it just after the 10 metre? Yeah, just after.
Just under meters.
Right on 10 metres in the Gloucester half, and it's a line out for Gloucester. Dan Page just looking for a ball. Oh, apologies. No, it's line out for Worcester. Of course,
Worcester
it is.
line
yeah,
out.
Sorry.
So
That's my fault.
Dan Page was confused a little, I think, as well. So
Ellis Jenkins.
Well won by Worcester there.
Brilliant win, yeah. It's been a proper battle in that midfield, hasn't it? Here comes the fly off again. Liam Humphreys, he's had a good role there, but once again, Here come, down that right-hand side, Gloucester are really finding, Worcester. With Luke Chambers, he is really finding, but Gloucester have it back with Harry Leftwich. Healy comes across. Vinicum now, the substitute, he goes in. Has Gloucester attempt to see this game out. What a performance it's been from them. And they've just got to keep the concentration in now.
Yeah, they really came out all guns blazing.
They've got to release it, yeah.
In the second half, and they've just continued that. They did concede a try.
Mistake there from Logan Exel. You don't want to be giving that away at this point in the game.
Overall in this second half, it's 26-7, I believe.
So Worcester scrum then, which Will Hannon is over and ready. What do you think is going through the minds of these Gloucester players now? You know, they are minutes away from a massive victory.
I think they're trying to calm the excitement. I think they'll be wanting to celebrate. They'll want to be.
Here comes Ellis Jenkins.
They're ready to celebrate the win, but they need to calm themselves and make sure that they don't get overexcited and get it over the line.
Once again, they're just not giving up, Worcester. Will Wheatley, he's in there. Hannon. Ooh, big hit. Josh Conchie in there. Hannon again. Finds Liam Humphreys. And here, Ben Woodcock maybe through. No, brought down well by Ollie Thomas.
Just couldn't get that final pass out.
Kingsbury to Hannon. Good tackle there in there by Papworth. Hannon again, goes left this time, back to Woodcock. He looks to go left, he's got support on there, goes in field. And Gloucester standing strong for now, and they've come back for the penalty for Worcester. What do you think's going on in the Worcester minds then? Because they've had a weird game, haven't they? Because they've played well in parts, but then, you know, they've switched off in moments and lack concentration like Gloucester. But what's in their minds, especially their younger players as well? You know, this is a difficult game, and if they've got to play this in the 2 seasons, what's going through their minds?
Yeah, I think this second half they've sort of lacked a bit of that fight they showed in that first half.
Someone's just come off for Gloucester. We can't quite see. It's restricted view. Is it number 11 who has come off? So Ben Woodcock has been come off for Worcester.
But yeah, I think Worcester will be. They've not shown a fight, and they will be disappointed with their performance in the second half. I think they may feel that they could have done more.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
At the same time, Dan Page, 4 tries. He's been excellent, hasn't he? He's been a class above the rest.
There goes Kean Herbert. But once again, Dan Page is there. Goes left. Here's Ellis Jenkins. Away. Can he offload? No, he's going to try and go all the way, Ellis Jenkins. Gloucester do well in defence. They've got to hold it strong. And they've scored, have they? No, it's been held up. Hold up by Gloucester. Brilliant defence. Or are we going back? We're going back to the advantage. And Ellis Jenkins just being brought over by the referee again. Been a frustrating game for him, hasn't it, Sam?
Yeah.
You know, being booked earlier in that second half. He just needs to watch. He just needs to watch himself.
He doesn't look happy.
So it's a penalty to Gloucester. They must have had a penalty advantage, which Ethan Johnson will clear. And it says 83 minutes 40 on the clock there, Sam, but I'm sure the referee has got the right time. I'm sure he knows. So we are into overtime, if you like. We have no idea when it's going to end. The referee hopefully does.
But you'd think now it's a win for Gloucester.
Yeah, couple of minutes left. They've just got to hold their heads high.
Worcester would need 2 tries. I don't think they'll be able to do that with the time left.
They've got to concentrate, Gloucester. They really do need to concentrate. Dan Page has got this line out.
If they can win 38-26, that'll be massive, won't it?
Yeah, it'd be huge. What a win it would be. Dan Page finds it. Oh, it's Hit a knock on? Or line out straight, not too sure. It is a Gloucester penalty. And Ethan Johnson prepares to do the same again. As he kicks into touch.
The home fans are shouting Gloucester. They're cheering their side on.
Yeah, the home fans feel this is it. They do feel that they're just about there, Gloucester. And this, what a win this will be as ref calls time once again.
And how much does it mean in terms of the overall varsity, bringing it to a 9-5 score?
9-5, yeah, it's huge. This is massive for Gloucester. And the rugby team as a whole as well, as Dan Page prepares to take this line out. Collected nicely. Sam Bruton in there, and here comes the drive from Gloucester. The substitutes really helping them drive forward with these fresh legs. George Groves in there, ready to take the ball. Gloucester need to use it, and they do. Finds Johnson. Oh, and is that Nico Allen who almost got through? No, beg your pardon, it was Josh Stockwell. And it's a penalty to Gloucester for a knock-on. Penalty to Worcester, knock-on by Gloucester. So it's a scrum to Worcester, and we are minutes away, seconds away, perhaps. Referee keeps checking his watch. He's the only one in this whole ground that knows when time is time. And it's just, the crowd has just fell silent, hasn't it now?
Yeah, I think they're awaiting the final whistle.
The tension is, yeah, you can really feel it, can't you, obviously? What a fight it's been from both teams.
Gloucester,
what a game.
The victors.
Successful scrum from Worcester. They drive well. Hannon. Here comes Charlie Price. What a game he's had. To Ethan O'Loughlin. And the referee has brought it back to the penalty advantage for Worcester.
Yeah, Charlie Price. How good was that third try at the end of that first half?
Yeah, there's been a couple contenders, aren't there, for try of the day. But I think we're going to have to give it to Charlie Price because him and Ben Woodcock on the left wing, brilliant performance from both of them. You know, they're on the wrong end of the result today, but, you know, brilliant rugby shown from both of them. As from both teams played brilliantly. It's been a well-matched fixture, and as we can see there, 87 minutes on the clock now. So we're heading towards a football time. Into 90 minutes. In
terms of a player of the match, I'm not sure it's even in question. I think there's only one man that can be declared.
Yeah, there's been a couple of players, like we've already spoken, you know, Charlie Price, he's been brilliant. Ethan Johnson on debut in Varsity 4 for Gloucester as well. He has looked brilliant.
But Dan Page is the scorer of 4 tries for Gloucester.
Yeah, he has really drove his team to victory. But also Iman Hussein, who went off injured earlier, hopefully he's okay. He was a scorer as well. He played a key role in this match. As the time ticks down, the referee keeps checking his watch, and we prepare for another scrum for Will Hannon. Have you enjoyed the day, Sam?
I very much enjoyed the day. It's been a lovely day for sport. It's 2 very good games, 2 very tight games, both gone down to sort of the wire as such.
They've both been entertaining games, haven't they?
Yeah,
they've both been brilliant.
Fairly high scoring games, and yeah, one apiece. Worcester won the women's rugby, and Gloucester are going to win the men's rugby.
So in goes the Will Hannon's ball, and he collects it again, goes right, and here they come. What a chance. Here's Price to O'Loughlin.
A consolation try.
And Ollie Davis is there, is he? No, he's just been held up. But the Worcester players keen to get over there and give him a hand. Hannon over it. There goes Charlie Morgan. And it's a Gloucester penalty, and that may be it.
You'd think that would be that.
From the look of Dan Page, speaking to the referee and bouncing, this could be it. He's cooking. Dan Page puts it out, and that's it. Gloucestershire are victorious in the men's rugby. What a revenge this is. It's Dan Page's day.
He looks absolutely thrilled. You can see it means so much to him.
What a game. From the first minute, Gloucester looked on it. Worcester came back into it. And from then on, it was just a story of time, weren't it? Gloucester, brilliant performances, individual performances. Ethan Johnson, Dan Page, as we've already said. You know, the two locks in the second row, Ewan Burr and Sam Bruton. Iman Hussein.
I mean, you could just list the entire team for Gloucester. Really, they gave that all. They really.
But there's been some brilliant performances from Worcester as well. Unfortunately, not their day to day. But you've got to give your hats off to Charlie Price, Ben Woodcock, James Kingsbury playing well as well. But even Ellis Jenkins, yes, despite his yellow card in the start of the second half, he looked brilliant. A lot of players, their front row, Will Wheatley, Dimitri Konstanidis, Noah Rees-Walters, so many players have given their all today, and it's paid off for Gloucestershire. Indeed.
And the Gloucestershire fans are going wild.
They are loving it, aren't they? As Free From Desire
the DJ is on the tunes today. He's done a superb job at keeping the vibes alive throughout the day.
Look at Dan Page. He is absolutely loving life. What a way for him to end his varsity, his university rugby career, and I hope we get to speak to him. But I don't think we're going to struggle to catch him, aren't we?
Yeah, he's going to want to be celebrating with his team, with his friends, with his family, with his,
Yeah, he is going to have a good night tonight, isn't he, Dan Page? What a performance, and from the whole team as well. It's been such a good day here at Newlands Park, home of Cheltenham Tigers, where the full-time result is Gloucester 38, Worcester 26. Earlier in the afternoon, Worcester were victorious in the women's rugby. They won 29-14. So it's half and half split, isn't it, this afternoon, Sam?
Indeed, and we have more sport to come this week. We have the equestrian tomorrow, and then it's Worcester Arena Day on Wednesday, where we've got dance, netball and basketball to finish off varsity.
Yeah, it's all to play for now. So the overall score, Worcester 9, Gloucester 5. There's 4 in it, and who knows what can happen. This is why we all love varsity. This is why, it's celebrated so much. Look at Dan Page goes over.
He's gone straight to his family there. You can see him with his...
Brilliant respect from both sides, we must say as well.
Family.
In such a high-pressured and intense game, both teams have clapped each other off, and now both going to go into huddles. But look at the crowd. It's just brilliant.
They're going wild. They've come out in full force to see the men's team win here this afternoon.
They were just driven on throughout. The crowd have been brilliant. It's what a special day for rugby here for the university. Well, both universities. It wasn't Worcester's result in the end, but they will be here. Well, here, or we may be back over in Worcester next year as they look for revenge. Hopefully, we are going to get a post-match interview.
You can see Page towards the crowd. He's celebrating with
Dan Page over there to one of his course mates as well. Everyone's out here. Men's football, men's cricket, they're all here. What a turnout.
The women's rugby.
Women's rugby are there. You've got netball. Every society has come together today, and you don't see it enough, do you? You don't see it enough where all the teams together. Obviously, Worcester.
Commiserations to them.
Exactly, yeah. They played well.
Safe travels back up the M5 for them and their fans who have come out in full force as well to watch their team. They'll be disappointed with this loss, but they'll have enjoyed the victory for the women's team earlier on.
Yeah, it's just look at the celebrations. You can't get over them, can you? I mean,
I wanna know.
Unbelievable, brilliant day of rugby, and we do hope to get someone. We can see Tom Pennell is down there trying to get someone, but I don't think it's wise going into a big crowd of rugby players trying to grab one of them. So
we may have to wait a little while if we do want an interview.
But yeah, you've got to take these in, don't you? Because this doesn't happen every day, does it?
No, especially for those third years. It's their last ever game, and
exactly. Yeah,
it'll have meant so much to win it, and they'll be partying long into the night, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a mega night tonight. Look at them. They can't. The coaches are trying to get them all in, and they just can't. They can't chill out at all, can they? Yeah, what an afternoon, as you said. Plenty of sport still to come this week. Plenty of sport has had as well. We've had a lot of good results across both teams for Worcester and Gloucestershire. But today, for the men's rugby, it's Gloucester's day. And as you said, I'm sure there is going to be some good celebrations tonight. So, Sam, going into next season, the blue man, there we are, you can see the tradition that normally happens. So 2 rugby players paint themselves in blue. The 2 blue men, I can see one of them, I don't know whether they're both in there, who are part of the squad. They have joined the team as well. So it's a complete team huddle there. How good is that to see?
Yeah, so good to see. They'll be reveling in the victory, and like you said, going into next season, they'll be wanting to push for more. They obviously came third in the league this season, but they'll be hoping for to win the league next season. I'm sure they'll be wanting to take this win forward, and going into varsity next year, they'll want to.
Here we go.
They'll want to keep it up.
I think one of the coaches has just revealed some champagne. So this is where the celebrations are really going to kick off for Gloucestershire. Here we go.
Oh, they're getting down low.
We don't know what's going on, do we? Just while they do celebrate, Sam, what's this going to be like for the younger players? We've already spoken about plenty of them, Ethan Johnson and the likes. But going into next season, off a varsity win, a big varsity win, what does this mean to these players?
Yeah, absolutely massive. They'll have that taste of victory. They'll have that taste of victory. They'll know what it means to win. They'll know how to win. And
there you go. You can see this
forward,
champagne.
For sure, they'll want to win some more.
What a night. Do you reckon that's alcoholic fizz, or do you reckon that's non-alcoholic fizz? What are we saying?
I don't
know. You can't
know.
waste it like that, surely not.
Even if it's non-alcohol, I'm sure they'll be getting in the alcohol this evening. But what a brilliant day.
What a day, yeah. And we can see, the fans are loving it, players are loving it. It's just been a brilliant afternoon for all rugby fans, really, who have come out to watch. And it looks like we've got how many players?
Looks like we've got Jack Tozer and Dan Page,
so
and
we've got Jack Tozer, Lewis. Is that Lewis Vinicum and Dan Page? Sorry, yes, you're right.
Some interviews
all coming over, and whether these interviews are going to be stable, who knows? Because it looks like they're all loving it.
Yeah, they'll be ready to.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant day today, and those 3 players there. Jack Tozer, like we said earlier in the game, he missed out last year through to injury. So for him, what an afternoon! What an afternoon for Dan Page and the Gloucester boys. Unreal afternoon for them.
And we'll
shortly be going down to him. Just getting them into formation. There's 3 big rugby lads down there. Look at the fans. They are loving it, aren't they? It's brilliant.
Really have
what a
come
day
out
of
in full
rugby.
force. Look at them all. Delighted.
And I think everyone. Here's Tom.
So Jack Tozer here, club captain. What a win. What does this mean to you?
Oh mate, it means everything. What a day. Those boys have worked so hard for it out there. 38-26, we battled. We had a tough first half, down at the break, and we had to dig in, and that's what we did. We came out the second half, flew into them, and we didn't lay off, and that's what I'm proud of the most.
Yeah, and it's been obviously a tough last two varsities now.
Let the man ask a question. Sorry. That's what it means, though. That's what it means.
You can see that's what it means. So, of course, it's been disappointing the last 2. What does this mean to you now?
Yeah, they've been tight games the last 2, and just kind of makes it that more special, that third one, going out with a bang with the boys. And like I said, you can see there, we're a family. We've spent, every week an hour together, some of us, probably a bit too long, but, that's what makes moments like that ever more special. It's a group I'll never forget, and yeah, just so proud to be a part of it.
Awesome.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Come on. You're welcome. And do both of you? We'll do both of you. We'll do both of you. Yep. Oh. So Dan Page, 4 tries.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? That's amazing.
I think it means the world, and I could say a whole lot, but I think I was just the lucky one to get on the end of them. I've been quite lucky. I've scored a few this season, but like the build-up in that and the work that's gone into it means a lot more than getting on the scoreboard. That win, it means the world. It means the world.
Oh, it's phenomenal, We've had quite a rough start of our 3 years at rugby. Last season it turned around like this. The journey with the boys, you just can't beat it. I mean, I think you can see from the celebrations, yeah.
Okay, and of course now your last game for both of you. What does this mean to you in blue?
Yeah, it means the world. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better send-off, so I'm just so grateful that we got the win. I've wanted it for 3 years, so I'm just so grateful.
Perfect. Well, thank you for tuning into the broadcast, and we'll see you soon.
Varsity. From the moment it all began, turning through a rich history, following in the footsteps of those who came before you, recognising you aren't the first ones to wear the jersey and won't be the last. Being part of something that's bigger than yourself, that means more than what happens on the field. It's about reaching new heights, having confidence in your team and immersing yourself in the atmosphere, breaking barriers, standing together. The roar of the crowd that carries you forward, cheering you on every step of the way. It all comes down to this moment, cheese versus sauce. The foundations are laid, now build your legacy.
It's time to own your moment.